Hey guys, I am DC, creator and host of Our Side Jive, and I want to welcome you. You get a special invitation to my daily dose of rock music history. How's that feel? Get a special invitation. All right, guys, today is Tuesday, last time I checked. Yep. Tuesday, October 22nd, 2019, and hey, the fair's over. Oh, I hate it when the fair's over because I didn't get to go. Oh man, I missed it this year. I hate that. What was the fair without me? I guess the show went on, right? Always does. Anyhow, you are witnessing my Carnival of Love Tour Day 12. I am coming at you live, nationwide, worldwide, and studio side. I am. Hey guys, be sure to hang around till the end because I've got some sneak peek action towards the end of this dose. So hang loose. Now, what do you say we talk some rock and roll? On this day, 1964, The Who failed an audition with EMI. That's right, kiddies. The Who failed an audition. Yeah, they were known as High Numbers back then. This is pre-The Who, when they were called the High Numbers. This is how it went down from Roger Daltrey's biography. With the help of his friend, Russ Conway, a popular light pianist, who had enjoyed several bouncy instrumental hits for EMI, Kit Lambert, The Who's manager, arranged an audition for the High Numbers in Studio 3 at EMI's recording studios at 3 Abbey Road, St. John's Wood, the studios made world famous by the Beatles. You knew that sounded familiar, didn't you? Well, it should, because they were famous, and the Beatles were there often. Okay, guys, so EMI A&R man John Burgess was persuaded by Conway to have a listen to a few numbers as a favor. Obligingly, Conway went so far as to lend Lambert and the band his Rolls Royce so that Roger, Pete, John, and Keith could arrive for the audition, at least looking like they were, hitting the big time, even if this was hardly the style to which they were accustomed. Normally, they all squashed uncomfortably into Lambert's Beetle, but not this time. The Rolls Royce delivered. Lambert came away from the audition fearing the worst, though. Although there had been some positive reaction to Roger's vocals, they thought Roger had a nice cutting voice he remembered of the tryout, but they felt the band were not harmonious enough for EMI. They felt the backing voices were like a singing crow compared with the Beatles. Well, duh. It also became clear that the band had to start writing their own material like the Beatles. So everything was compared to the Beatles, right? Lambert urged Pete Townsend especially to take note. The formal rejection from EMI came in a letter written to Lambert on this day in 1964, in which Burgess explained that he listened again and again to the results of the test session, but still could not decide whether or not the High Numbers had anything to offer. What a blow, guys, what a blow. He had the good grace, however, to wish them all luck in the world if in the meantime they had signed up with another record company, which they had not. Oh. Undaunted, Lambert persisted in doing the rounds of record companies and producers. He and co-manager Chris Stamp also took the decision to change the band's name once again. No more High Numbers. Now they are The Who. Lambert especially liked the name as it had attractive marketing possibilities and scope for various judicious puns. The High Numbers, he finally decided, sounded more like something out of a freaking bingo game. Stump agreed, and I quote, "The High Numbers was a nothing name," he said. "It implied the top 20, but The Who seemed perfect for them. It was impersonal. It couldn't be dated. Lambert concurred, saying The Who was a gimmick name. Journalists could write the why of The Who, and people had to go through a boring ritual of question and answers. Have you heard The Who? The Who? The Who? Sound like a bunch of freaking owls. It was an invitation to corniness, and we were in a corny world back then. So much for the Who news. Got Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin 2 is the second album by the English rock band Led Zeppelin, released on this day, 1969 in the United States, and on October 31st, 1969 in the UK by Atlantic Records. Recording sessions for the album took place at several locations in both the UK and North America from January to August of '69. What a great year. The album's production was credited to the band's lead guitarist and songwriter, the great Jimmy Page, and it was also Led Zeppelin's first album on which Eddie Kramer served as engineer. Guys, have you heard of Eddie Kramer? Well, you should know who Eddie Kramer is, so time the fuck out. Just so you know, Eddie Kramer is a big deal. Born in 1942, he is a recording producer and engineer. He has collaborated with artists now in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, including the Beatles, David Bowie, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, the Kinks, Kiss, Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, John Mellencamp, and Carlos Santana. Kramer has engineered or produced records for other well-known artists in various genres. They include Anthrax, Joe Cocker, Loudness, Peter Frampton, John Mayall, 10 Years After, Mott the Hoople, John Sebastian, Carly Simon, Dionne Warwick, Small Faces, Sir Lord Baltimore, and White Snake. So when I say Eddie Kramer, I'm saying Eddie freaking Kramer. He's a big deal. Remember that name. Okay, back to Zeppelin 2. It was entirely recorded using the core band members, Page on guitar, Robert Plant on vocals and harmonica, John Paul Jones on bass and keyboards, and, gosh, rest in peace, keep on rocking, John Bonham on drums. The album exhibited the band's evolving musical style of blues-derived material and their guitar riff-based sound. It has been described as the band's heaviest album ever. 6 of the 9 songs were written by the band, while the other 3 were reinterpretations of Chicago blues songs by the great Willie Dixon and legendary Howlin' Freakin' Wolf. One single, Whole Lotta Love, was released outside of the UK. The band would release no UK singles during their career. Bet you didn't know that, did you? And peaked as a top 10 single in over a dozen markets around the world. Led Zeppelin 2 was a commercial success and was the band's first album to reach number 1 on the charts in the UK and the US. The album's cover, designer David Juniper, was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Recording Package in 1970. And if you're paying attention to artist Brad Jensen's breakdown of that album art a week or 2 back, then you'd know that. That's a Tuesday show, guys, during Art Jive Live. But anyway, on November 15, 1999, the album was certified 12 times platinum. That's right, guys. 12 times platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, also known as RIAA, for sales passing 12 million copies. It's huge, guys, huge. Since its release, various writers and music critics, I hate critics, have regularly cited Led Zeppelin 2 as one of the greatest and most influential albums of all time ever. Okay, moving forward. Hotter Than Hell is the second studio album by American hard rock band Kiss. It was released on this day, 1974, by Casablanca Records. It was certified gold on June 23, 1977, another great year, having shipped 500,000 copies. The album was also re-released in '97 in a remastered version. It peaked on the Billboard 200 charts at number 100 without the benefit of a hit single. Many of the album's songs are live staples for the band, including Parasite, Hotter Than Hell, Let Me Go Rock and Roll, and Watching You. I think I got one more for you guys. I know you're starting to tear up. We're winding down. Okay, Best of Volume 1 is the first greatest hits album by American hard rock band Van Halen, released on this day, 1996. The album does not contain any songs from the band's 1982 album Diver Down. Best of Volume 1 also features Humans Being, the band's contribution to the Twister soundtrack. And I not only love that movie, but I love Humans Being. Great tune, great movie. Can't believe old Bill Paxton's gone. Gosh, rest in peace, Bill. Wow, he's been gone a while. Anyway, the songs Can't Get This Stuff No More and Me Wise Magic at the end of the album are with original lead vocalist David Lee Roth. These two songs were released as singles to promote this compilation. They are also the last songs recorded by the original Van Halen lineup of Eddie Van Halen, Alex Van Halen, David Lee Roth, and Michael Anthony. What a team. It's the A-team right there, guys, the A-team. The Van Halen brothers would not record again with Roth until the album A Different Kind of Truth, released in 2012. Anthony has not played with Van Halen since the band's 2004 tour. And guys, that's rock and roll. I've got some breaking freaking rock news though. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame fan vote update. Pat still has it. She still has a clear lead over the rest of the field, with the Doobie Brothers still in number 2 and Soundgarden directly behind them. You can see the full standings at the Rock Hall's website, rockhall.com. That's ROCKHALL.com. The online fan vote was created in 2012, with the 5 artists receiving the most votes being placed on the ballot that becomes one of the more than 1,000 that will be cast to determine next year's inductees. Voting concludes at 11:59 p.m. on January 10th, 2020. Well, it sounds weird to say that, right? 2020? With the winners announced shortly thereafter. The induction ceremony will take place on May 2, 2020 at the Public Auditorium in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, home of the Rock Hall of Fame. Okay, now I know I mentioned yesterday that I'm pissed because T-Rex is like 13th on the list, right? So let me tell you why I believe T-Rex should be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this time. Because Marc Bolan is perhaps known only as the purveyor of a few glam rock singles in the U.S., but he and his band T-Rex were a huge deal over in the UK in the 60s and 70s. And I mean huge. And had he not died in a 1977 car accident, there's a good chance Bolan would have achieved the career scale of his friends like David Bowie and Elton John. Even though he died at only 29, Bolan had done enough to remain an icon of pop culture to this day. Now, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why Bolan and T-Rex deserve induction in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this go-round. 1, they created the glam rock sound. Okay? They did. They created it. Bolan's first bid for fame came when he knocked on producer Simon Napier Bell's door and announced he was going to be a star. After listening to his songs, Napier Bell arranged a recording session. He was impressed. Initially lined up to become a member of the Yardbirds, right? The Yardbirds. Bolan briefly became part of John's Children and managed to have a song, Desdemona Band, because of the line, "Lift up your skirt and fly." Wow. BBC took that shit serious. He then reinvented himself as a psychedelic folk artist, embracing the hippie scene while never showing any interest in its politics. As his band, originally Tyrannosaurus Rex, became the abbreviated T-Rex, Bolan began experimenting with different guitars and a production sound masterminded by Tony Visconti. That led to the 1971 single Hot Love and the launch of what became the glam rock sound. So see, he did. Within months, the British charts were crowded with bands copying the idea, becoming the biggest musical movement in the nation for much of a decade. Reason 2, they created the glam rock look. I mean, it wasn't just the music, guys. When Bolan was preparing for a photo shoot, he noticed that his girlfriend had some glitter on the table, so he splashed a little on his face, and that changed the pop fashion look forever. Within a very short period of time, everyone from David Bowie to Elton John were openly exploring more outlandish looks. The UK music show Top of the Pops became a hotbed of friendly rivalry as bands tried to out-glam each other. The fashion trend has returned on a number of occasions after its initial fade, and it's all because of freaking Marc Bolan. As U2 frontman Bono once admitted, I've always said there was only one man I fancied as a prepubescent. It's long words. Sometimes they stump me. And that was Marc Bolan. And Bono said that right. Okay, cool. Reason three, guys. They helped expand the punk movement. In the mid-70s, like many of his colleagues, Bolan became a victim of excess and drug issues, leading to a little bit of a career slump. He eventually faced his own problems down by doing what he had done before. He reinvented himself. Aware that the generation he initially appealed to had grown up, moved on, he decided to tour in 1976 with the rising star punk band The Damned as his opening act. Smart guy. While it may not have seemed so at the time, in retrospect it turned out to be a genius move that put Bolan at the center of a third burgeoning musical movement. Oh man, guy was smart, man, smart. Marc Bolan was a poet as well as a musician. Bolan often described himself as a poet who put his words to music and believed the sound and feel of his lyrics were more important than his music. He was a published poet, having enjoyed success with his 1969 book, The Warlock of Love, one of the best-selling poetry titles of the year. That exploration of word sound lent an additional otherworldly quality to everything he did. So his songs felt as if they carried more specific meaning than they usually did and added to the longevity of his time in the public eye. Even after his mid-70s slump, he was still deemed worthy of his own weekly TV show, the last episode of which saw him perform a duet with David Bowie. I told you they were buddies. Elton John, David Bowie, Marc Bolan, they're all friends. And number 5, guys, I told you 5, this is number 5. Most of his peers are already in the freaking Hall of Fame. I mean, Bolan was seen in newspapers, magazines, TV, and movies cavorting with the likes of David Bowie, Elton John, the Beatles. I mean, John Lennon and Ringo Starr were once filmed performing as members of T-Rex, okay? And most of the big stars of that era, actually. So it's easy to argue that his sheer personality contributed to the success of artists like Bowie and John, who found a new wave of energy in the 1980s and onward. This is a quote. You'll find T-Rex in many groups making records now, producer Tony Visconti said in 2007 in an article that cited Slash, the Scissor Sisters, and others. In many ways, Bolan is already in the freaking Rock Hall via his influence on all those other artists. The most logical thing to do, guys, would be to make it official, okay? So did I make my case? Well, I rest. So go to rockhall.com/standings and scroll down to the bottom of the leaderboard after you read the leaderboard and click cast a ballot. Or, for the first time, they say, Fans can call up the ballot by typing either Rock Hall Fan Vote or Vote plus the artist name into Google. They say it works. I don't know. I haven't tried it. And you can vote every day. I think every 24 hours. Well, guys, that wraps my rock history lesson today. And if you want more, don't you dare cry. Because I've got more coming at you tomorrow and every day as I peel back the pages and explore the past of the rock legends on my daily dose of rock music. In fact, I've got a show coming up here, 7:30 p.m., vocalnow.com. Click on the Barside Jive image at 7:30, and I'm going to be bringing you some more rock music history there. But guys, if you'd like to check out my Daily Dose archives, just go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Barside Jive Live, and look in the Daily Dose playlist for more of this. And hey, what about just showing some love while you're there? Just click that big ass red subscribe button and subscribe for free. I mean, it's free. Limited time only. Also, I cover rock news and history during my weekly live Tuesday and Thursday shows at Vocal Media Studios in North Dallas. And I already said that, didn't I? Both of those 60-minute shows are packed full of music, including nationally touring, and you'll find out in a minute, singer-songwriters, as well as some of the very best tribute and cover bands in the country during my live music showcase. Of course, my Tipsy Gypsy's coming. She's riding into Barside Jive Town, bringing tips and drinks from behind the bar. And then I've got my Art Jive Live segment, my visual art segment featuring legendary artist extraordinaire Brad Jensen and other creatives. So join us, vocalnow.com, and it's vocal with a
K.
I know, it's a K, it's K. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And just click on that Barside Jive image when you get there. It's at the top of the browser, the top of the app. It's right next to the zoo. You can't miss it. Click on that at 7:30. You'll come right in the show. We'll transport you right in. You'll be here right there with us watching the show. Be awesome. Awesome time. You bring the popcorn and Cokes. It's your turn. All right, guys. I do appreciate your loves, likes, and shares, and I love to read those comments. So y'all keep that coming. Love it. Those are what make all this worthwhile. Guys, be sure to check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/Barside Jive Live. My Instagram, although most of you probably don't have it. All you old timers, old schoolers. I don't know, some of you probably do. At Barside Jive. My website, barsidejive.com. And my YouTube channel, just one more time so you won't forget it. youtube.com/Barside Jive Live. And I do appreciate you hanging out with me during my daily dose today and every day. Guys, remember to drink responsibly and don't drink or text and drive. It's too dangerous. Plus, you might hit me while I'm driving and texting. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. I put my phone in the passenger seat. I do. Keep it out of reach intentionally. So I'm not like, tempted. Okay. Oh yeah, my sneak peek.
It's a giant monster from hell!
I told you I had a sneak peek. Well, Tonight, guys, is Tuesday, cover tribute night, and I've got DFW's premier, that stands for Dallas Fort Worth, premier foreigner tribute double vision in the studio. Can't wait, guys. It's going to be a good show. Can't wait. That's my sneak peek. Oh, and besides my new 7 p.m. Wednesday show in the Dallas Design District, of all places, I'm surrounded by artisans. It's a really cool vibe there, guys. It's really cool. They've got like one of a kind creations. It's just too cool. You should come. I've got a new weekly show coming up in downtown Louisville at the new location of Sloan and Williams Winery and Outlaw Cider Company, beginning with their grand opening weekend on Friday, November 1st at 6 p.m. And then every Friday, I will be there. Sloan and Williams, Outlaw Cider, downtown Louisville, 6 p.m. show. Man, I got lots going on, guys. Lots going on. It's exciting. So come see me in the Design District on Wednesdays at 7, or come early. And then come see me downtown Louisville every Friday at 6. All right. And if you sing or write or do art, contact me. I'll put you on one of my shows. We'll feature you. Okay? Cool. DC at barsidejive.com. Guys, keep in mind that we've just got one life to live here, so let's make it awesome, freaking awesome. And seek every day to be a hero in somebody's life. It's not hard. Seek every day to make someone's day. Okay? And I will see you soon, 7:30 p.m., vocalnow.com. Click the Barside Jive image. We'll be there soon. Just in a little matter of, I don't know, an hour or so. I don't know what time it is. Who knows? Anyway, I'll see you next time, guys, whatever that is. Peace, love, rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. All right. See ya. Good night, Bill.
I'm thinking of you too. I'm thinking of you.
Is you ready, Ski Cat?
What's up, Doc?
If you guys did experience some head, neck, or back tingles during this show and have an overwhelming sense of a deep, relaxing feeling, be advised that my content now does contain ASMR.
This isn't just a word from the sponsor, it's simply a very good suggestion. It stands for real refreshment.
BarsideJiveLive.com.
That's BarsideJiveLive.com.
You are feeling the tingles. Calling these kinds of whispers inaudible whispers, inaudible whispers. This is the best time to put the lotion on the skin.
You're so juicy. Your brains, most tasty brains I've ever